Dear brothers and sisters, each new morning presents us with a new opportunity. These opportunities are valuable only through the grace of our Creator. Every new day is a reflection of the infinite mercy, power, and grace of Allah. However, if we do not begin each new day correctly, it can lead to great losses, both spiritually and worldly. That's why how we spend our mornings is of great importance. If we do not make the best use of the early hours of the day, we might lose our inner peace and peace of mind throughout the rest of the day. But how do we spend our mornings? Which habits draw us closer to Allah, and which habits distance us from Him? Today, we will explore how to make the best use of our mornings and learn about the 4 great dangers we must be cautious of, based on the words of our Creator and the teachings of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The first, neglecting the Fajr prayer. Dear brothers and sisters, the Fajr prayer is not just a religious obligation. It is one of the most significant aspects of our lives. Turning to Allah, making supplication, and starting the day in the early moments of the morning purifies our soul and sets a divine tone for everything we do that day. Neglecting the Fajr prayer distances our hearts from Allah, darkens our hearts, and leaves our souls vulnerable. The Fajr prayer is one of the most opportune moments to draw near to Allah. By beginning the day with prayer, we ask for His guidance, and His mercy envelops us for the rest of the day. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in a hadith, "There is nothing more valuable to Allah than the Fajr prayer. Whoever performs the Fajr prayer, the rest of his day will be made easy for him." Sahih al-Bukhari, Book of Prayer 12. This hadith clearly shows that the Fajr prayer is not merely an obligation, but a protection and a source of ease for the day ahead. If we neglect it, we risk missing out on the tranquility and guidance it brings. By performing the Fajr prayer, we strengthen our spiritual foundation and receive the blessings of the day. Second, complaining and ungratefulness. Dear brothers and sisters, waking up in the morning and immediately complaining is akin to ungratefulness toward the blessings that Allah has bestowed upon us. Each new morning is a blessing, an opportunity. Allah grants us the gift of waking up, breathing another breath, and experiencing another day. Yet, too often, we wake up and complain. The weather is cold. My bed isn't comfortable. I have so many tasks. Everything seems to be going wrong. These thoughts cloud our hearts and darken the beginning of our day. Islam, however, encourages us to be grateful in all circumstances. Gratitude is one of the most important acts of worship that nourishes our hearts. Instead of complaining, we should thank Allah for the blessings He has provided us. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Whoever is grateful to Allah, Allah will give him even more. But whoever complains, Allah will take away what he has." Sahih al-Bukhari, Book of Zakat 15. This hadith shows the difference between gratitude and complaint. Complaining only darkens our hearts, while gratitude draws us closer to Allah and brings peace to our souls. When we wake up in the morning, instead of focusing on what we don't have, we should focus on what we do have and express our gratitude. Gratitude cleanses our hearts and brings tranquility. Being thankful brings us closer to Allah and ensures that we live in peace and contentment. Third, focusing on worldly affairs. One of the greatest dangers today is focusing on worldly matters first thing in the morning. Modern life is full of distractions: work, chores, social media, and many other worldly concerns. These can easily steal our attention in the early hours of the day, making us forget to turn to Allah first. However, by dedicating our mornings to worldly affairs, we miss the opportunity to draw closer to Allah in the most precious moments of the day. The early hours are when we can connect with our Creator, seek His mercy, and realign ourselves with His will. The Quran tells us to remember Allah before embarking on any task. O you who have believed, obey Allah and His Messenger, and do not turn away from Him while you hear His call. Surah Al-Ahzab 33:71. This verse clearly indicates that we should always remember Allah before any other task, especially at the beginning of the day. Our first priority when we wake up should be to turn to Allah, ask for His guidance, and place our trust in Him. Worldly matters can wait, but seeking Allah's pleasure and blessings should be our utmost priority. Fourth danger: holding on to hatred and resentment. Carrying hatred, resentment, or anger from the past when we wake up is one of the greatest spiritual dangers. These negative emotions weigh heavily on our hearts, preventing us from experiencing true peace. Holding on to past grudges, misunderstandings, or conflicts leads to bitterness and distress. Islam teaches us to forgive and let go of grudges. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Whoever forgives others, Allah will forgive him." Sahih al-Bukhari, Book of Ethics, 12. Forgiveness doesn't just release the other person, it also liberates our own hearts from the burden of negativity and hatred. When we wake up in the morning, we should make a conscious effort to release all resentment and bitterness. Forgiving others is not just a virtue. It is a means to purify our hearts and bring ourselves closer to Allah. As long as we hold on to hatred, we cannot experience true spiritual freedom. By forgiving and letting go of past grievances, we lighten our hearts and open ourselves to the mercy of Allah. In conclusion, dear brothers and sisters, every new day is a gift and a blessing. The way we begin each day determines the course of our lives. By starting the morning with prayer, gratitude, forgiveness, and turning to Allah, we ensure that our day is full of peace and barakah, blessings. Neglecting the Fajr prayer, complaining, focusing on worldly matters, and holding on to grudges only make our hearts heavy and our souls restless. However, if we begin each morning with Allah in mind, our lives will be filled with peace, guidance, and divine mercy. Let us make it a habit to begin our mornings with the remembrance of Allah, purify our hearts, forgive those who have wronged us, and be grateful for the countless blessings He has bestowed upon us. In doing so, we will find the tranquility we seek, and our days will be filled with the light of His guidance.